Coming up on Fulton Today, Fulton officials prepare for an active shooter situation in one of their busiest facilities for both the public and employees. Also, one of Fulton's most beloved judges says goodbye after 2 decades of service. And later, the first ever senior summit at all 4 multi-purpose facilities. We'll hear what happened. I'm Shania Chavis-Rucker. That and more starts right now on Fulton Today. Welcome to Fulton Today, everybody. As you probably are well aware, well over a dozen deadly mass shootings have occurred all across this country, and now Fulton County government is taking steps to ensure the best possible outcome should one happen right here in one of its facilities. FGTV's Brian Robinson joins us now with more on this story. Brian?
Shawnee, the Fulton County Justice Complex is one of the busiest buildings in the county. Once the site of a deadly shooting, the goal is to train employees should tragedy ever strike again.
It's happened before. It'll happen again.
It was this day back in 2005 that Fulton County employees and residents will never forget. The day then rape defendant Brian Nichols terrorized the courthouse in a deadly rampage. When the ordeal was over, a Fulton County judge, sheriff's deputy, court reporter, and a federal agent were killed. It's because of that day and all of the other more recent mass shootings around the country that employees are now better prepared thanks to the sheriff's office's active shooter training seminar.
We want people to be prepared and have a plan and just have a general idea of how to react in the instance that something should take place.
The active shooter training seminar helps civilian employees focus on effective response measures should they ever find themselves in an active shooter situation. The theme for this training session was run, hide, fight. Now the first thing you should try to do is find yourself an escape route like this stairwell that we have in our office. If that option is not available, find yourself a safe hiding place like this room here where you can shut the door and turn off the light. And if that option is not available,
Fight is going to be a last resort, but if you don't have anything else to do or to offer and it's you or them, then you need to fight.
With recent mass shootings taking place in schools, churches, and other crowded areas, these employees are thankful for the lesson that might one day save their lives.
I think it's extremely progressive. I'm going to try to now make arrangements for our work group in accountability court to sit through a session like this and make sure all the group is understanding and aware.
I think it's much needed, and a lot of people need to see it, need to be involved in it so that we all know, and it's not just a few people.
Reporting for FGTV, I'm Brian Robinson.
Thank you, Brian. Meanwhile, Fulton will have more law enforcement officers to respond to emergencies. That's because a new class of public safety officers have completed mandate training. After the basic law enforcement graduation ceremony, Sheriff Ted Jackson swore in his cadet deputies who will now fill the role of deputy sheriff. Along with other sheriff duties, the deputies now have the authority to make an arrest.
We're really proud of them. In this class, we've continued a pattern of having a deputy as the top shooter. And again, it's a female deputy. And we also in this class had a deputy to qualify as the highest average academically. So we're getting great quality deputies, and our job is to try to give them an environment where they want to stay for a career.
More cadets with the sheriff's office began their career by working inside the Fulton County Jail. Now that they've graduated, they are looking forward to taking that next step up.
The process has been long. It's been a real long road, 11-week process. We've been through many adversity battles that we had to face. We're in the classroom. We just stuck together as a family, and now we're here today. We're just celebrating, reaping the moments and the benefits.
Fulton County has a great staff when it comes to the instructors at the academy. It's been a long 11 weeks, but we made it. We definitely made it. We've been through sweat and hurt, but we made it.
Held 4 times a year at the Public Safety Training Center, the graduation for basic law enforcement caps an 11-week, 400-hour training regimen. And residents who wanted to see firsthand what it's like to be a part of the Fulton County Sheriff's Office, well, they complete a 6-week-long enlightening experience. FGTV's Felicia Church joins us now with a look at this year's Citizens Academy.
It was a well-deserved applause for this group. They are now official graduates of the Citizens Academy. Hosted by the Sheriff's Office, Citizens Academy was started 7 years ago by Sheriff Ted Jackson to give citizens the opportunity to witness firsthand the day-to-day operations of the Sheriff's Office, as well as learn more about the justice system. The Academy also helps bridge the gap between the community and law enforcement.
It is important for us to show our community what the agency is doing. We're all about transparency. We want them to know, what we're all about and how we are serving them and how we can serve them better.
Citizens Academy is a 6-week course that meets once a week. During that time, these citizens went through the simulation of a school shooting, a traffic stop that went wrong, learned how and when a taser is used and what it does to the body, as well as defensive tactics in case of an attack. As an added bonus, Citizens Academy provides the participants the opportunity to see the things the general public doesn't.
Seeing behind the scenes at the jail, that was a crazy experience, and the operations that takes, what the different departments are and what their focuses are, the court systems and how the sheriff's department's engaged with that, and just the technology that's being implemented there. It's amazing. It's pretty crazy what they have to put up with.
What I received was something far greater than I had expected or even thought about. The cohesion, the teamwork, the rapport that these people have with each other is not by words, but what I've seen by actions, and the inner working of this agency was truly awesome.
Well, one of the things that really caught me off guard was the day where they had the SWAT and the tactical training. I didn't know how extensive the training was and how much composure a lot of the deputies had to have.
Each graduate was given an identification badge for completing the course. If you would like to earn your badge in next year's class, you can call the Sheriff's Office during normal business hours at 404-612-6624 to get your name on the list. Reporting for FGTV, I'm Felicia Church.
Thank you, Felicia. A beloved Fulton County judge is hanging up his robe.
Thank you so much for what you have done for these many, many years.
After 23 years as Superior Court Judge for Fulton County, Judge Alfred Dempsey Jr. is retiring. Staff and colleagues gathered inside the jury assembly room in the Justice Center Tower to celebrate by sharing their memories of the judge and presenting him with a plaque in his honor. Afterwards, Judge Dempsey shared what he'll miss most.
The people that work here, the people that we have to deal with, even the ones that are disagreeable. That was one of the reasons why I never aspired to go to any appellate courts or things of that nature, because the people are here, and in a trial court you deal with the people, and so I miss that.
Before service as Superior Court Judge, Judge Dempsey served in Fulton's Magistrate Court for 3 years. Prior to that, he was the Assistant City Attorney for the City of Atlanta. Judge Dempsey graduated from Harvard Law School in 1976. We're going to miss you, Judge. Well, Fulton County receives high praise for its dedication to citizens both young and old. The National Association of Counties, better known as NACO, granted Fulton County's Department of Community Development with a 2018 Achievement Award for its Community Services Program in the category of Community and Economic Development. The Community Services Program supports social services, after-school programs that improve academic readiness, programs that help disabled citizens find employment, and programs designed to help seniors needing home repair. All of these fall under the Community Services Program.
Well, I think it's a great program. We've been getting great feedback on this program. We've taken a Community Services Program, and we've had outside agencies, national agencies that have been around, some of them 40 plus years, that have reviewed that model, and they've only gave it praise because it's such a great model, it's such a great framework, it's been designed in such a great process. that it's getting national recognition.
Mr. Atwater and his staff were also awarded for the 2017 Summer Youth Internship Program.
Now, Fulton County last year, there was an issue in the county that was brought before the Board of Commissioners that they felt that we need to begin to address. It was the slider crimes that were going on around Fulton County. So what we did is we designed this youth internship program to begin looking at kids or trying to find kids in those areas that we could hire and bring in so they will have a job. So it will help to deter them from committing crimes during the summer, but they're busy and they're employed. But not only are they employed, but they're gaining the work experience that they need to continue to move forward.
Fulton County and the other award-winning counties will be honored at a luncheon in Nashville during NACO's annual conference and exposition. And still to come on Fulton Today, making good use out of old water. We'll explain in our district-by-district coverage next. Fulton leaders celebrate using old water in a new way. That story and more in this week's District by District coverage. District 1 Commissioner Liz Hausman, along with county officials and residents, to celebrate the opening of the Johns Creek Reuse Water Main. This project is part of an effort to upgrade water treatment and reuse capacity for citizens in North Fulton.
It's the dedication of 5 miles of pipe that really, in an environmentally friendly way, does irrigation for the major golf courses as well as a couple of churches in this area. Perhaps most importantly, it gave us the ability to meet certain EPD requirements that allowed us to expand our entire system in North Fulton.
It's exciting to have that back online. It used to be available to those commercial customers, and quite frankly, it's very important to their business survival and their economic health and the economic sustainability of the Johns Creek area to allow for irrigation no matter if we're in a drought or not.
It was many years in order to get everybody on board for the concept of the project. It took a couple years to design it, and then it took a little over a year and a half, about a year to construct altogether, about 14 months altogether.
It was a long journey, but I think as many journeys, when you're on the back side of it, it was definitely worth it. And I think that it was the right thing to do, both environmentally and for the customers that will benefit from it, and really for all of Fulton County as a whole.
The Johns Creek Reuse Water Main is a part of a $336 million investment to improve and expand the county's wastewater system. District 4 Commissioner Natalie Hall continues her series of meet and greet sessions with county seniors. The commissioner visited Oasis at Scholars Landing to hear from residents firsthand about their concerns.
They wanted to hear more about the additional funding, the $1.5 million that was added to senior services just for them. And this group, they were very lively. They wanted to know everything from libraries to arts and culture to transportation and workforce development.
The seniors at Scholars Landing were thankful to meet the commissioner in person. Commissioner Hall has already visited a number of senior centers and senior facilities as a part of this tour. Affordable senior housing is one of the main issues that seniors say concern them. And finally, seniors from the senior centers all over the county come together for the 5th annual Open Hand Senior Garden Party. The seniors enjoyed an afternoon of lunch, entertainment by the Beulah Boys, line dancing company, and even fresh, free fruit.
Part of our services to Fulton County, we provide nutrition education. So we like to get them out, have a hands-on experience. So we have providers bring fresh fruits and vegetables. We do nutrition education lessons that teach to the fruits and vegetables, but of course you got to have some entertainment with it as well.
Seniors say they most enjoy the fellowship, like Miss Rebecca Thompson, who says being with seniors is what helped her after she lost her husband.
I still go there because I need to get out of the house. And I line dance, and they have devotions and all kinds of activities, and it's a great place. It's an outlet, love, and support.
Some people I've seen today I haven't seen in almost a year. And because Bethlehem just recently opened back up, we got to see a lot of people we didn't see. So it's like all big family just here together.
The seniors say they look forward to this garden party every year. all of the Fulton County Senior Centers were invited to attend. And still to come on Fulton Today, the celebration of a popular pilot program. Stay with us, everybody. Fulton seniors gather at the 4 different multi-purpose facilities all at the same time for one collective summit. Called the Senior Summit, the event was hosted by the county's Senior Services Department.
We're sharing some information that we have gathered concerning mobility, food security, housing, and health and wellness for seniors. And then we're asking them to take that information and the issues and discuss it amongst themselves at their tables and write down ideas or comments that they have about those issues so we can use that information to develop programs and budget defenses.
And these seniors participated at the Benson facility.
I was interested in all the topics, and I thought it was a very well put on event.
This one was held at the Harriet G. Darnell Senior Multipurpose Facility. The center participants heard and talked about everything from mobility, food security and hunger, to health and wellness issues.
Sometimes the person that you're trying to get to care of you are a senior citizen, kind of like myself, and they don't drive, or we don't feel like driving. So now I found out some things that's available that we can do, you know, that can help, that can be very helpful to them as well as myself.
County leaders and elected officials joined in on the conversation.
They have been so helpful to us. All of the folks in this community have been so helpful to us in the past, and we're just excited about the possibility that once again, when we come together to look at what we need to do for everybody in this county, irrespective of age, we would have heard from them.
Following the discussion, the seniors addressed what now and how they would advocate for their various concerns. Meanwhile, a popular pilot program between the county's Arts and Culture Department and the Senior Services Department wraps up with talks now about an ongoing initiative. FGTV's Priscilla Ortega tells us how the Living Out Loud program will now live on.
The pilot initiative ended just as it began, with a showcasing of various art forms, work all created by Fulton seniors with a creative side.
It's been very successful. We had over 100 participants involved in a number of classes and workshops in the arts. So today we're closing out that ceremony in an exciting display of work that was actually created as a result of their participation in this program.
The initiative, called Living Out Loud, kicked off in May and is a partnership program of the Arts and Culture Department and Senior Services Department. The collaboration was designed to provide expanded art services for Fulton County seniors. The pilot worked so well that the program will continue.
So we're excited about this program expanding to all throughout Fulton County, to our other art centers, and we're also looking at doing the inverse of maybe bringing more arts programming into our senior centers, and perhaps even using our libraries for some of the arts programs for our seniors.
The 10-week program included instruction in dance, theater, visual arts, and much more. Seniors 55 and older quickly signed up for the 20 participant per class maximum.
Oh, I loved it. I learned so much during the entire art process. Well, the program helped me because most of the times I paint in abstract, so I tried something new, which was to add a little bit of realism into my paintings.
I tried to incorporate the things that I'm passionate about. I know everybody don't like the rain, but I actually like the rain, kind of because it's peaceful.
It's feedback like this that convinced leaders to continue the program and fulfill the county's strategic goal to ensure that all people are culturally enriched. Reporting for FGTV, I'm Priscilla Ortega.
Thank you, Priscilla. And still to come on Fulton Today, why certain libraries are now closing. Stay with us, everybody. Extensive renovations at 2 libraries will cause them to shut down for a little while. Here now to tell us what they are and all about the plans is Claudia Strange. She is the Director of Communications for the Atlanta Fulton Library System. Claudia, good to see you again.
Thanks for having me, Shania.
So we're talking about the East Point and the Fairburn libraries. How long do you expect the renovations process to take?
Well, we have a number of wonderful things happening at each of the renovated libraries. As you know, we're doing 22 renovations, including the Central Library. We are just getting started with some of our group renovations. Right now, East Point and Fairburn will be closing first to the public. And some of the things that you can expect there are upgraded fixtures in the libraries, better shelving, upgraded floor carpeting, HVAC, all facility needs will be upgraded. You'll see, new furniture, new group study rooms, and things like that.
And school is out, so what kind of options do you have for folks who still want to take advantage of some library programs?
We are super excited about summer, as we always are, because it's our favorite time of year. Our summer reading program is coming, but we do know that it is going to present some challenges this year with so many of our libraries opening and closing throughout the summer. So we have a few things that we've added to our summer reading program. Number one, we've added an online component where people can track, register, and keep up with all of the books they're reading throughout the summer. Folks can register for that on our website, afpls.org. This new product called Beanstack is helping us keep up with folks online more so that when some of those libraries close, they still have options. Of course, we'll also have all of our new libraries that will remain open throughout the entire process. So we're encouraging folks to use libraries like Wolf Creek, Southeast, Metropolitan, Milton, Alpharetta. The newer libraries from the Phase 1 project will really be where we start directing folks as their libraries begin to close.
And these are not the only 2 libraries slated for renovations. What's on tap next?
Eventually, all of our libraries that aren't new ones will close. All 22 libraries are being renovated, including the Central Library. So at some point or another, over the course of the next 2 years, every single one of our libraries that are not brand new will be closing.
Well, we know this is going to be just fabulous once they are all done. Claudia, thank you so much for keeping us updated, and thanks for your time.
Thanks for having me.
Now, for your up-to-date information on the library renovation project and for information on all of the libraries being renovated, just log on to afpls.org or call the renovation hotline. Yes, there is a renovation hotline, 404-613-READ. That's 404-613-7323. And finally, Hamilton Fever hits Fulton County.
A musical with an unusual blend of Latin music, salsa, and elements of rap.
For those who could not score the hottest ticket in town, fans of the musical Hamilton, One Shot to Broadway, were invited to the Southeast Library to watch a documentary of the making of the nationally acclaimed show. Created by Lin-Manuel Miranda, Hamilton explores how a group of inspired mavericks made an unlikely marriage of hip-hop and history to create the biggest show in Broadway history.
We're showing a documentary because the tickets are very expensive. They've sold out here in Atlanta. And so this is an opportunity for patrons to view the documentary for free and also to listen to the audio for free.
If you're not making it to the Fox before the show leaves town on June 10th, the library is the place to be to cure your Hamil fever. Later this month, the Northeast Rural Oaks Library is hosting a musical workshop for teens. Participants will rock out with the music of Hamilton while acting out scenes, but RSVPs are required. For more information, log on to afpls.org. I had Hamilton fever too. Well, before we go, our reminder that we'd like to connect with you online. Be sure to follow FGTV on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for up-to-date Fulton County news. And you can watch a replay of this show or any other FGTV program anytime on our YouTube channel. Well, that does it for this edition of Fulton Today. I'm Shania Chavis-Rucker. Thank you so much for watching. Join us each week for news around and about Fulton County.